Hello, welcome back to Helen Phelan Studio. I'm Helen. I'm really excited for us to work out together today. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below so I can help you out. And if you like this workout, I would so appreciate if you would like and subscribe so I can keep making these videos for you. All right, I'll see you on the mat. Welcome back to Helen Phelan Studio. Today's quickie is all upper body, shoulders and arms focused, and even some core stability balance work mixed in, of course, because always. And it's a great standalone quickie if you don't have a lot of time or you want to get into this while you're, on a Zoom call, or if you just want to add a little extra upper body heat to whatever other workout you're working on. So let's get started. Find your hands and knees, or just your knees rather. Knees right underneath the hips, actively squeezing inner thighs towards center, and let's bring the elbows into your side ribs. Trying to open up at the chest, so squeezing gently together between the shoulder blades. Exhale, reach your arms out in front of you and pull them back in. So this is where that core balance work comes in. Because as I reach my arms back and forth, I need to keep my core engaged to keep me from tipping back or from slumping under. So I'm sliding my rib cage down towards the floor, and this is active through those abdominals, even though really our attention is here in the arms. Inhale as we bring it in, exhale as we reach it out. Now, whether you've chosen to add on these wrist weights, and these are only 1 pound, so I would not go higher than 3 pounds, whether or not you hold them in your hands or put them on your wrist. I want you to think about pulling through the space. So you're very much in control of this movement. We're here for 2 and 1. Now we're going to add on a little coordination. You're going to reach your arms forward, and then you're going to sit into a squat and reach those arms out to the side. My palms are facing down here. Scoop under, reach those arms forward again. So we've elongated that phrase of the upper body. This little piece of choreography is longer. And we've also added on a squat. Can we relax the pelvic floor here, like you're setting the pelvic floor muscles down, letting go of tension, and then scooping them up through the pelvic floor, through the arms, through the abs. Inhale down, drop those shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, lift, scoop, press, present. Inhale, soft. Exhale, strong. I want to find those 2 qualities. Drop that pelvic floor. I don't want you to clench. I know we clench a lot, especially if you've been particularly stressed out lately. Soften that pelvic floor and then engage and lift it up. Thinking of your pelvic floor and your abdominal canister like an elevator, I want my pelvic floor to travel up to the penthouse as I'm exhaling, as I'm engaging, and I want to inhale, let it travel down to the basement. 2 more. And this time, hold it down. You're going to hold this squat, so I'm in sort of a flat back position. Open at my chest still, but the arms continue. All right, so I'm hovering my butt above my feet, not sitting my butt all the way down, unless you need a break, and that's fine if you need a break. Wrapping in at those ribs. Let's go for another 5. 4. Try not to rush through it, and try to think about how you're pushing and pulling through the air. And let's say about 2 more. And 1. Come back upright. Now, let's bring our elbows together in front of us. Try to slightly tuck under your pelvis. Open the elbows to the sides like you're coming into a cactus or a goalpost position. Again, finding that squeeze between my shoulder blades here, and then pressing together. Now, my goal each time is to connect my elbows, and that may or may not happen the first time you try this class. That requires a bit of mobility through that upper back, through the shoulders. But I do want you to think about squeezing with the elbows. Whether or not they actually touch doesn't matter, but you're leading with your elbows instead of leading with your wrists, because this turns us into an internal rotation of the shoulders. We lead with our elbows, it encourages more of that opening. Inhale as you widen, exhale as you squeeze it in. Try once again not to let your torso be disturbed by what's happening here with the arms. Inhale wide, exhale squeeze. Try to keep those shoulders away from your ears. Make sure you're breathing. pulling, pushing through the air. We're going to add on another layer. It should sound familiar. It should feel familiar. You're going to open up into that goalpost, sit it down, then exhale, squeeze it together. Inhale, open, squeeze it together. Lead with those elbows each time. Inhale, wide, exhale, squeeze. Relax the pelvic floor, penthouse the pelvic floor. Basement, penthouse. So I'm releasing my abs here as well, and then I'm hugging it all in, supporting my center. Make this more of a full body feeling, even though it's the shoulders, arms, posture that are really the star of the show here. We couldn't do it without the core, the crew, the director, if you will. Inhale, open. Exhale, close for 2. Then you're going to hold it down this time. Hold it down. Continue these arms. This time, elbows squeeze together, but instead I want you to give me a little pulse. Pulse. Try to keep your elbows as close together as you can. In that hover, it's 10, 9, 8, 7, flat back, neutral, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up, open those arms wide. Palms are facing up, elbows are at shoulder height. Drop those shoulders down, drop your ribs down. Make a big circle, ballerina circle, up and overhead, and then back to the sides. Up and overhead, back to the sides. Now, watch out for those shoulders. I don't want to shrug up in an attempt to do that. So if you can only go halfway, if you have to bend your elbows more, that's totally fine. I want to keep an elongation so it's different from this position. But if going all the way straight out is crunchy in the neck, make whatever adjustment feels good for your body. Squeeze through the biceps as you lift those arms up. So I want all this squeezing as those arms are lifting up. Shoulder blades sliding down the back as the arms reach up to the ceiling. Keeping your ribs right on top of your hips. Not like this, not like this. Keep checking in with yourself, especially if you don't have a mirror. In fact, even better if you don't have a mirror, because I want you to feel what your proper neutral alignment actually feels like. Now let's add on. Find a squat. Take those arms, squeeze those palms behind your back. Inhale, back up to the ceiling. It's exhale down. Actually, I lied. Inhale down. Exhale, we lift it up. Inhale, squeeze between the shoulder blades, squeeze the triceps. Relax the pelvic floor, and then exhale, hug those abs in, squeeze to lift the pelvic floor, squeeze up to the sky with that circle. Inhale, penthouse. I can't speak today. Inhale, basement, pelvic floor. Exhale, penthouse, pelvic floor. Relax the pelvic floor, squeeze the pelvic floor up and in. I know that might feel a little confusing, especially because I worded it badly, but just get in that practice of thinking inhale, relax. Exhale, engage. That doesn't mean my triceps, my shoulders aren't working. Upper back is squeezing in here. Pelvic floor is not clenched. And then I lift. I don't clench, but I draw it upwards at the top. It takes some practice, and if you're having trouble with that pelvic floor coordination to your breath, I definitely recommend checking out some of the breathing tutorials. Inhale down, exhale back up. For 2, this time it stays down, hold it down. I want you to reach those fingertips as far behind you to the wall behind you. See how that kind of lengthens the neck a little bit, it uncrunches the neck. Keep that uncrunchy feeling, but continue sweeping through those arms. Inhale, up and overhead. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, up and overhead. Exhale, squeeze it in. We're almost through. We just have one more little ditty after we finish this. It's 5, 4, 3, squeeze between those arms. Last 1, this is a little bonus. You're gonna squeeze between those arms, give me pulses up behind you. Try not to arch the back, try not to slump forward. It's 5, squeeze the back of your arms, squeeze those triceps. Last 2. 1, come all the way up, unshrug those shoulders, a little shoulder circle, and extend those arms out to the side. Palms are facing up, thumbs are facing down. Palms up, palms down. So it's like you're holding a glass of water, you're tipping it backwards, you're tipping it forwards. Trying to get this nice swivel of your upper arm bone. And this one really becomes challenging when we keep it at shoulder height the whole time. So as they feel heavier, we want to shrink it in. Fight to keep it at that shoulder height.
as long as you don't feel compensation here. If you start to feel your neck taking over, take a break, shake it out, grab a sip of water, and then join me and see if you can maintain that softness in the upper traps, swiveling that whole upper arm bone. And then, of course, we're going to add our tried and true, trusty little squat. So I'm going to point everything down, palms down, sit my butt down. Exhale, lift it up. Point it down, lift it up. Remember, I keep that spinal alignment no matter what my arms are doing. It's 5, 4. We're going to get ready to hold it down. You know the drill. We have a little bonus coming. 2, 1. Now from here, let's go palms down. You're going to hold your squat. Instead of continuing to pour that cup out, give me circles. Don't rush through them. I know our arms are feeling tired. Do not race through these circles. The slower, the better. Squeezing through the air, slicing through the air. And now reverse, do that same thing. I don't want you to get excited. We're not going to drop it just yet. So wait for me to tell you when our arms are coming down, because you're going to pause, flip the palms up, same thing, circles. Drop those shoulders away from the ears. This is the final push. Relaxing through the neck, and then reverse that circle, palms still facing up, still softness in the arms, reaching to opposite sides of the room, not racing through these. Last 2. 1, hold those arms out wide to the side, lift up. Just stay. Just stay. I know they might be feeling a little bit like jello. They might be feeling a little shaky. That's good. Stretch them longer. 1 last deep breath. And melt those arms down. Give yourself those shoulder shrug circles. Go both directions. You're going to hold hands with your elbows behind your back. Just grab a hold of opposite elbows. And take a side bend at the neck. Thinking about reaching that opposite elbow down to the floor. And same thing, opposite way. Side bend on the other side, reaching that opposing elbow down to the floor so we feel like our neck gets a little breather there. Let those arms dangle. And there you have it. If you feel like you have more gas in you, you could always press replay, do that class one more time, then you've gotten a pretty substantial upper body workout. Or you can come back, add this to your favorites, add in a slightly heavier weight. You do not want us going too heavy or over 3 pounds, but add in a little weight can be sometimes fun. And I will see you next time we go through this class together. Bye.